Hi everybody, Rob Pravache here. Yesterday I did a video called The One Thing Every Business Needs to Succeed, which I believe is one of the most important elements to business success. So today I want to continue this marketing theme and talk about your market insofar as targeting your market. So assuming you have and you've discovered and you know you have a market where you know people are eager to buy your product or service, how you go about finding them and maintaining them is the first of three steps that are really essential when it comes to long-term growth in your business. Now, to be fair, I'm going to credit this to Dan Kennedy. Back in 1998, when I got real serious about marketing, Tina and I, we were just married. She quit her job as an accountant and she was running the studio with me, which freed me up to do more marketing, which I loved. I have a passion for it. I'm a bit of an info junkie, and I just buy books and tapes and cassettes. And back then, I had just signed up with Dan Kennedy, and I heard of and knew about his magnetic marketing program. And I couldn't find it anywhere because he used to sell them at live events. He used to call them Tupperware parties. And I found a used one from a guy in Chicago. And I bought it. And you can see a picture of it right here. This is what it looks like. You can probably still buy it. You're going to pay full price, and it's probably on CD or downloadable. I'm not sure. But it's a really, really good program. By far, the best program on marketing, especially marketing for small businesses, although the fundamentals I'm talking about apply to all business of all sizes. And he lays it out in three steps, and so they're basically his. You got your market, you have your message, which I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Your message is your core offer and what distinguishes you from anybody else. Why should anybody buy from you versus anybody else? And then your media, so the delivery mechanism. And they're all very important. And I think in order that I just laid them out. So your market is the most important thing. The message, the second in line. And then your media is the least important. And I'm going to explain that one when I do that video. So we're going to start with your market, your target market. And there are 5 ways that you access your market. Now, making the assumption that you know who your market is, you know that they're going to buy from you, have something that they want. There are only 5 ways. For the most part, this goes in order of importance. So the first one was the least important onwards to the 5th one, which is the most important, which I'll explain in a minute. So the first one is geographic. So you have to look at the geographic area with which your target market lives in. Now, for some people, this is more important, possibly, but it's really a questionable exception to the rule. So you have to determine where they are. So for me, I'm going to say I want to promote to the wedding market. It's important that I know this is the area, this is the city, this is the town that I'm going to draw from. So I'm not going to run ads in Toronto or Wyoming or Bulgaria for that matter, because they're not where my market lives. So you get yourself a map, even an imaginary map, poke a pin in the middle and draw a circle. So where does your market live geographically speaking? If you're in a large city, it might be a section of that city. So you have to look at where they live. This is important to know. Now, the second step is what's called demographics. What are the demographic facts about this particular market that you know? For example, are they married? Do they have a house? Do they live in apartments? Are they educated? Do they earn a certain living? And the more you know about your clients, demographically speaking, the more you can target them. So do they have kids? Are they in a certain age group? All of this stuff is very important. And this is called demographics. So that's the second step, knowing your target market, geographically, demographically. The third one is called GeoDemo mix. So it's a combination of the two. So you've got your circle, And oh, by the way, I use this all the time in my business when I run ferry ads, or when I used to run a lot of promotions for the Baby's First Year Wall program, one of my most popular promotions that I've ever run. You know, we would go after people in our area that just had a baby. So we identified them and we'd send them a sales letter. We do the same with our ferry portraits. So you have to ask yourself, and this applies to all businesses, what is it you know and where do they live, and how can you identify them in respects to geographic location and the demographics. So combine the two, you have a GeoDemo mix. So 1, 2, and 3, that's your first 3. Now the fourth way you can target your market is what's called affiliation marketing. This is a really exciting area for me. So it's typically something that I have in common with a particular group of people. So I know I have this area, and I know more about them demographically, and then what is it that I have in common insofar as activities and clubs and events. So for me, I do a lot of this in my area, let's say with the local theater, the local symphony. Back when I was in a Rotary Club a long time ago, I could pitch an offer to them and say, hello, fellow Rotarian, we had something in common. So what is it that you have that you are affiliated with your particular target market? Is there something? Is there something about you that you know? Let's say you're a fisherman and you know let's say you're in a different industry, and for some reason you seem to attract a higher rate of people who love fishing, both men and women, and you could say, okay, hey, hello, fellow fishermen, here, this is Joe from Joe's Garage, and I've got an offer for you. So you've got to be able to determine that as well. So you've got geographic, demographic, GeoDemo mix, and then affiliation marketing. Now the 5th way with which you target your market is the most valuable way, and that is past clients. So simple, isn't it? Past clients are your best target market. I know this for a fact based on my business experience, being in business for 30 plus years. A large percentage of our clients are repeat clients. A large percentage of them, I shot their wedding 20, 25 years ago. They came back and they had their first baby. Then they hired us for family photos. Possibly she owned a business and wanted commercial photos. You see where I'm going with this? So if your clients don't come back to you, maybe you're doing something wrong, or you don't have a business or a service that has that repeat client necessity. It's important that you have that. So your past clients are the most valuable target market. And how you access them is what we're going to get into when we get into your message. And after that one, I'm going to talk about the media. The media is the way with which you access all of these markets. But know that, in summary, that you have to be able to look at them geographically, demographically, GeoDemo mix, affiliation marketing, and past clients. By the way, your past clients, as mentioned, are your best because they're people you have a relationship with. And the most important asset that you can bring to the bank, so to speak, in any business is the relationship that you have with your clients. The trust, the communication. They know you, the familiarity. They trust you. If you've broken this, or if you've somehow damaged this, or if you don't have their trust, you have other problems you got to deal with. You have to be very aware of these things that I'm talking about in order to pursue these 5 areas successfully. More importantly, the 5th of the 5, that is your past clients. All right, I'm going to be talking more about this stuff soon, and we're going to dig into it. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Take care.